All right, guys. So just back with some polling information here. So the Angus Reid, what they're a really credible, probably the most credible polling company that Canada has, and they just came out with a poll saying if Christian Freeland becomes Liberal leader, how would the election play out? And it's showing here the Conservatives will get 44%, Liberals 24%, NDP 17%, Bloc 9%, Greens 3%. Now, as I said, no matter who the leader is, you're probably going to see a little bit of new regenerated hope and excitement with the Liberal Party, or those people who are so disgruntled and hated Justin Trudeau. Maybe they weren't planning to vote. Maybe they went over to the Conservatives. Some of them will come back. And that's why you're seeing this little bit of a spike here, which is predictable, right? 24%. It'll go back down once people realize that Chrystia Freeland's been in Justin Trudeau's cabinet basically the whole time. And now she's just as bad, if not even worse, especially with that goddamn voice of hers. But either way, you're still going to have, it's still a 20-point lead for Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives, right? So it's nothing that we have to worry about. There's no way, no matter who it is, right? Like, they're not going to catch Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives unless Pierre Poilievre, I couldn't even imagine what he would have to do to lose this election, no matter who it is, whether it's Carney or Freeland. But speaking about Carney, they did another poll. If Mark Carney becomes the Liberal leader, the Liberals actually shoot up to 29%. Now, again, the reason that's happening, apparently people who vote for the NDP at 13, the NDP going down to 13%. So apparently there are people who vote NDP who actually like Mark Carney a lot more than they like Jagmeet Singh. Probably because they actually think that Mark Carney's an outsider. Now, he's not. He's been an advisor for the Trudeau party for at least 2 years. He is the godfather of one of Chrystia Freeland's children, I believe. So he's not new to the party. But because technically he wasn't part of that Trudeau cabinet officially, there are going to be people, more people who will vote Liberals based off of that until they find out otherwise. Right? When they see that Carney's just like them, and when they find out all the dirt on Carney, which there's a lot of, Epstein Island, if you know what I mean, their numbers are going to drop again. Like, these spikes that you're seeing are only temporary. Just because there's some revigoration and there's some hope and there's some new energy in the Liberal Party, it's only going to fade because we all know, or you and I all know, that Carney's just the same. But there are some people who don't know who he is, and he's a new guy, fresh face, new name, but they'll find out shortly and they'll get disgruntled again. But even if this does play out, you'd still see the Conservatives win over 200 seats anyway. Not nearly as much of a landslide as we would like. Of course, the Liberals would maintain their official party status, which is not good news. We all want to see them go below 12 seats because it would be hilarious. But that being said, these numbers that are coming out, I would believe them because Angus Reid is very credible. But again, nothing to worry about. Still a 14-point lead, even with Carney, who's their best chance. And in my opinion, if I was Mark Carney, as soon as I was named the Prime Minister, I would call a snap election. However, we're hearing that he's not going to do that, and he's going to try to delay the election until next October. If he does that, you're going to see his numbers drop down to below 20, because now you're going to have months to see what this guy really is about, and nothing's going to get better. It's only going to get worse. If he drops the carbon tax, he's not really going to drop it. He's just going to rebrand it. We all know this. And you'll see them, as the months go on, the numbers will go back down. But if he's smart, he would call a snap election before people can figure out who this guy really is. If he does that, then yeah, you could see the Liberals get high 20s. Again, still not enough for anyone to do anything about it. Pierre is going to be the Prime Minister one day or the next. It's coming. There's nothing they can do to stop it, and he's going to win a majority. But it is interesting how you're seeing this kind of sparkle in these Liberals' eyes just because they have someone new. But again, they're only up about 7 points on average. What's 338 here? I believe 338 has the Liberals at 21 or 22. Oops, let's see here. Yeah, so they got the Liberals at 22%. So they're only up 6 points from the aggregate anyway. Or sorry, 7 points from the aggregate. It's still a boost. But again, don't worry, guys. This is temporary. I know a lot of you guys, not all of you, but some of you got mad at me with the video I put out yesterday criticizing Pierre Poilievre. In no way am I not gonna, in no way, shape, or form am I gonna just like leave and support a Liberal or an NDP prime minister or candidate. It's not gonna happen. But I'm just saying I'm gonna criticize Pierre Poilievre if he says or does something I don't like. It does not mean the person I vote for has to be perfect. I'm still voting for Pierre Poilievre. Just wanted to clear that up with anybody who got a little bit upset with me yesterday. But that being said, just because I have criticisms of Pierre Poilievre doesn't mean I'm not going to vote for him. I'm certainly not going to vote for Carney or Freeland or Singh or Elizabeth May or anyone like that. So hopefully that clears things up. And in terms of these polling numbers that you're seeing here for Freeland and Carney, what's very clear is that NDP supporters are willing to go back over to the Liberals if Mark Carney becomes the leader, but they're not moving it for Chrystia Freeland. In fact, she barely got over the aggregate. She's at 24%. The aggregate's at 22%, so there's barely a movement with her. But Carney does push the needle a little bit. So it's kind of interesting information. I like Angus Reid. Angus Reid and Abacus are probably the best pollsters in Canada. And I like how they break it down with these kind of like, what happens if this is the leader, what happens if this person is the leader, and then they do polling models based off it. So it's kind of cool that they do that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Carney would do better than Freeland? And do you think that Carney can stay at high 20 numbers, or do you think that he's going to drop back into the lower 20%? Please do not be shy. I enjoy engaging with you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.